Camille B, the HR counselor. So let's talk about burnout in HR professionals, specifically women of color. We're going to talk about this again. So many people are experiencing burnout at increased rates, and that's understandably so, right? For human resource professionals, particularly women of color, burnout seems almost unavoidable. I mean, just consider what we've all been tasked with accomplishing over the past year. It's been a bit much, right? Really and truly. But we want to take the time out and examine why HR professionals in general are at risk. Now, we know we've been barraged with unfamiliar challenges since the beginning of the pandemic. Dealing with evolving work environments, legislations keep changing, layoffs, furloughs, return to work efforts, and the list is going on and on and on. And someone just take away the list, all right? We've had enough. But let's keep in mind, instead of being asked to help lead organizations from the front, HR professionals, we've kind of been sidelined, or even for some of us, downsized, which in itself can culminate to that burnout. HR professionals have been so focused on doing what's best for the business as well as our employees that we've neglected to really take care of ourselves. And we've been stretched so thin that burnout, it's inevitable. It's just a matter of time. It's on its way, right? So now we're going to even dive in deeper. We're going to talk about women of color and how we face more barriers to advancement than others. Racism can result in exhaustion, cynicism, and detachment, all of which are hallmarks of burnout. To put the significance of racial and ethnic diversity into perspective, there was a study done by the Women's Health across the nation, and they found out that Black women are 7.5 years biologically older than their white counterparts. Now, again, we're not talking about me, but hey, 27% of that difference can be attributed to perceived stress as well as poverty. So stress is real. And in the same way that HR professionals have neglected to care for themselves while caring for others, Black and brown women are conditioned to put the needs of others before their own. Now, it's expected that they internalize their own needs to attend to the wants of others. In addition to that gender gap that we have, women of color have to work even harder just to be seen as equal. And that's just not okay. So some of the symptoms and warning signs that you may be headed toward burnout include things like anxiety, fatigue, depression, medical issues. You may suffer from an upset stomach, a lot of digestive issues, increased blood pressure, chest pain, insomnia. And to be quite frank, I've experienced some of those things. So what can we and the organizations we support do to help prevent this burnout? Well, according to Culture Amp and Paradigm, they said that a sense of belonging is most consistently related to what? Employee engagement. Now, we know a lot of organizations, they've been rolling out these ERGs, right? These employee resource groups, and they're supposed to foster that feeling of belonging. However, organizations, they should be careful how these ERGs are executed, right? Because if the ERG's responsibilities are simply just dumped on top of the group leader's already existing obligations and there's no compensation with it, this could be perceived that, the company is just going with the flow. They just doing, they just trying to check the box, and that's not going to add value, and we see you. Now, I want you to also remember this too. It's important to advocate for yourself. When it comes to burnout in the workplace, the key to combating burnout is to strengthen your mental defenses. And we do this by staying physically active, seeking therapy, or finding a hobby. Also, you want to connect with like-minded people and prioritize your self-care. Don't be afraid to ask for help, both in as well as outside of the office. Families and colleagues alike, they should support and look out for each other. We're all in this together. And I would say finally this. Companies can combat burnout in HR professionals and women of color alike by showing direct support through coaching, as well as equipping managers with the diversity training necessary to support their employees, specifically their employees of color, right? You want to come to a place that you feel like they want you there and you want to be there. And so it's so important for us to have these conversations. So again, thank you so much for your time. It's your girl, Camille B, the HR counselor. Until next time, ciao.